the death of an old identity when survival has completed its assignment. Welcome to Sundays with Rev Jenn. This is episode 1. Every Sunday, you will sit in this room with me, not to perform spiritually, not to collect information, but to expose patterns, regulate your nervous system, and return you to your own authority. If the version of you that survived the last decade has completed their work, who are you now? Today is February 22nd, 2026. 2 days ago, on February 2nd, Saturn and Neptune met at 0 degrees Aries. And before your mind tries to dismiss because of the word astrology, stay with me. If that word feels evil to you, or abstract, or to you, or like something you were warned about, trust me, I understand. For thousands of years, humans have been tracking the sky to understand seasons of change. Even in the story of Jesus, wise men followed a star to a birth. They read the sky. They understood timing. This is not about worshiping planets. This is about timing. You are already living the shift, whether you call it astrology or not. You feel it in your body, don't you? You feel it in the quiet exhaustion of being who you had to be. You feel it in the tension between the life you are living and the life that you are trying to be born. Let me explain this much more clear. Every time you endured something unfair and still grew, that was Saturn shaping you. Neptune represents our dreams, our longing, our meaning. It also represents the illusions around those dreams. Illusions is not stupidity. Illusions are actually the survival, the way you've learned to cope in this world. It is the story you tell yourself so you can function inside something that is still hurting you. Neptune is going to come in and dissolve that illusion, not to punish you, but to free you. Now let's move to Aries. Aries represents identity. Aries is the right to say, I am. Aries is courage, initiation. The moment you stop negotiating with your own life. And this conjunction happening at 0 degrees Aries right now, 0 degrees always means birth, a new beginning. It is not a new paragraph. It is not a new chapter in your book. It is a whole new book right now. Neptune just completed its time in Pisces and it crossed into Aries, beginning a whole new 165-year cycle. The last time Neptune entered Aries was 1861, the beginning of the Civil War. Illusion dissolved around identity, truth forced it into the open. When illusion dissolves around identity, things crack, not because the world is ending, because false identity cannot survive in truth. Now, I want you to stay regulated as I tell you that I got to see this in my own story. In 2010, I left with my 5-month-old and a baby in my belly. I left with survival instincts and a quiet voice asking me, do you trust me? I did not fully understand domestic violence. I didn't even understand emotional manipulation. I just knew something was wrong. In 2013, I went back, as many women do and men in domestic violence. I personally went back with the hope. I wanted the white picket fence. I wanted the chickens in the backyard. I wanted laughter through the house and love in every single room. I was desperate to fight for that dream. This was Neptune. Dreams mixed with denial. When you want something badly enough, your mind will override your body. You tell yourself this time it will be different. You tell yourself, maybe if I just try a little harder, maybe if I love harder, maybe if I endure even more, it will change. But if that pattern does not change, the illusion belongs to you. For 4 years, my ex and I shared 50-50. For 4 years, I masked. For 4 years, my children begged me not to take them back. They screamed, "Don't leave me, Mommy," as they would clinch to my legs as I would drop them off at daycare. They came back with bruises and scratches and scars and bumps. They told stories in therapy that unfolded slowly, and I had no legal power to stop it. I felt like a failure as a mother. This is not drama. This is reality, and reality reshapes you. In 2019, when my son spoke up and trusted that he knew he deserved better, all three of my boys were able to get out. Of course, all the logging and phone calls added up for me, but by him using his voice, something shifted. He learned he could be supported. He learned he could be seen. His brothers saw that. I saw that. All three of them began processing their emotions. They learned that their voices matter. They learned there are different paths in this world. They also learned that you don't need to follow the one way that your family has been doing it and been walking for generations. At the time, I saw this as battle, but now I see structure. My leaving in 2010 planted something. Even though shared custody and fear, guilt, my children learned there is another way. That is cause and effect. That was Saturn and Neptune meeting in real time. For 7 years, Neptune moved through my 10th house. I thought my career was being delayed. It was not. It was actually being forged. Court taught me systems. Trauma taught me psychology. My body collapsing after COVID and ending up on 17 medications taught me nervous system truth. When you live in threat long enough, your body keeps the alarm on even when you might actually be safe. That conditioning will keep you loyal to pain long after it is gone. This is where it gets uncomfortable. You can become attached to an identity that you built in trauma. You become the strong one. You become the fixer, the one who carried everyone. Because if you stop being that, who are you? Now, when Neptune moved into my 11th house, community, collective work, legacy through groups. One, I started going out and actually working with different communities, including the indigenous community. And as soon as it crossed into Aries, just recently, I created the classroom I had always wanted, the integration room. The link is in my bio. Not as survival, as leadership. Not because I needed to prove something, because it was time. This is where my husband and I are working together inside Genetic. This is where we teach emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence in real time. This is where I found a way to teach 24/7, not by burning myself out, but by building structure. It is a space for like-minded souls to come and learn, regulate, challenge their patterns, and support each other. No chaos, no performance, just structure, growth, truth. And if you ignore this identity shift, you will not stay the same. You will recreate the same patterns in a new packaging and call it fate. That is how unconscious identity works. So here, in Sunday with Rev Jenn, this is what we will do every week. We will name the pattern. We will expose the hidden mechanisms. We will regulate our nervous systems. We will return back to our own ownership. No hype, no rescuing, no dependency. You will feel slightly exposed and you will leave capable. Because the goal is not that you need me. The goal is that you need to learn to lead yourself. In my bio, you will find a 2026 astrology for your year review. You will choose the PDF only. You can select a date on my calendar. So I actually have time designated to prepare your personalized review before that date is gone. So I can sit and really come up with some good journaling questions for you. You can also choose the package where you get the PDF plus 1 hour to sit with me to review it. And even better, if you want to dig even deeper, we have the package where you get the PDF plus a 2-hour session with me. This is identity architecture. You leave with clarity on what to release and what to build and what daily actions are anchoring your true identity. Now, I want you to sit with this. If the version of you that survived has completed their assignment, what part of you is really ready to stop surviving and start leading your life differently? And I will see you next Sunday. Until next time.